Oh, ahoy! I was flabbergasted. We were talking about everything, but
wasn't even a surprise count this
what
morning.
this show was. Yeah, everything was working right except me. Everybody, ahoy, morning breathers, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Morning Breath. We got Boss Man Matt here.
Ahoy!
Ahoy, Matt, and we have Nikki G, producer Nikki G. I always forget to put producer in there.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, Nikki G.
Ahoy!
And then to my left, we have the skipper.
Skipper.
And Skipper.
I'll be your skipper for today. Speaking of skipper, instead of watching everything that was all the goings on of last night,
There's a few things going on.
I watched. What was the name of that damn movie?
Gilligan's Island?
Tom Hanks is in it, and he's Wilson.
Oh, Castaway.
Castaway. I watched that last
Pretty
night.
good movie.
Because I think it's it's been a long time since that's been on.
But have
And
you
I
watched
don't think I
Deadpool yet?
saw.
All right.
It's not on AMC,
It's not. Okay.
so I have to dedicate some time to that. But
Castaway's a good movie.
I still will watch it. That was really interesting. All the trials and tribulations he went through, and then and then they break to 4 years later, and here he is throwing a spear 40 feet away,
Right.
nabbing a fish.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but one of the true things of it, I mean, he was gone for years,
Yeah.
and he gets back, and of course, people moved on with their lives.
Yes,
they thought
they
he was
have.
dead, but in most of those movies, you think he comes back and everything's hunky dory, and it's not.
Cannot be.
Cannot be.
Life will go on. That's just it. No matter what what you think you're doing today that's important is going to be lasting.
Yep.
As soon as you go to the light,
Yep.
the clock is ticking on how much you'll be remembered.
Yep.
So do good every day,
Exactly.
and hopefully people will remember you for just doing good.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because life keeps moving whether you're with it or not.
Indeed, it does, and that's about as deep as I want to go today.
That's deep thoughts by the skipper.
We let's see. We got to say.
We got
see,
Paula,
Denise.
Dawn, and Denise are with us this morning. Paula watched Rebel Ridge, which I've never heard of, but she says it's a good movie on Netflix.
I'm going to write that down. I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Rebel Ridge. Is that a series
I
or is that just a movie?
don't know.
So,
I've been watching 60 Days In. Have you ever seen that?
oh,
These people volunteer
yes,
to go
I
to
have
jail.
seen that.
That's I don't know. I watched the first few seasons religiously. That's a word,
That
right?
too.
Yeah,
Rigid.
religiously.
You were very rigid
And-
watching.
exactly.
You're watching.
And now I've been watching it, but that's something.
I don't know that I'd sign up for that.
Well, this current season, they have people that are former inmates that were like in jail but been released and on the straight and narrow for a while, and now they're going back to jail. And a couple of them reverted pretty quickly back to jail life. And,
They understood the assignment.
well, they just like fell into and started being criminals, and it's yeah.
Well, if it's what you know, that's what you know.
Yeah.
You go back to what you know.
Yeah, and a couple of them are like, they couldn't hack it at all, and they thought going in, well, I've done this, so it's going to be fine, but they couldn't hack it because you got a tap out button, right? You can get out anytime you want, and when you have that sitting in the back of your head, it's like, I don't have to do
Screw
this.
this. Where's that button?
I don't have to do
Give
this.
me the easy button, please.
Yeah, give me the easy button. So
I wonder, in this whole world, I mean, that's reality TV. In this whole world of, all this stuff is produced. Do they handpick the right inmates, the scary guys
yeah,
and girls? I think they
Yep,
do
so
girls
men
too,
and
right?
women,
The
yep.
women. And say, hey, play this up, scare the holy crap out of these
Yeah.
people. Pretend like you're going to hurt them. Get them to tap out,
Right.
and we'll give you a steak dinner or something.
yeah. Well, they're all under the premise that they want to see. They're trying to help the sheriff of these jails uncover the things that the sheriff can't see.
Right.
That's the premise, anyway. But
I think the whole concept is very good, but I'd be willing to bet those inmates are picked.
yeah, well, yeah, they say that on all those reality TV shows that they're not near as much reality as you think they are.
Right. Yep. Still,
Still,
I don't think I'm going.
I'm not.
I'm not signing up for that.
I couldn't do it.
No, I don't care to.
I mean, if God forbid you got in a point where you had no choice in that, you'd have to figure it out. But if you had that tap out button, nope.
Like the first day of showers. Yeah, get me out. I'm out.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I like showering by myself.
Exactly.
Okay. Boy, how'd we get there? That all started with Castaway,
Castaway, a good movie.
a good movie. You know what's on today? Oh, I can't wait. I got it. Number one, I'm going to leave here. I'm going to figure out if I can record because I don't know if I can. Godfather, part 1 and 2.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either. Not the whole thing.
I haven't. I need to watch it. But
1 and 2 starts at 4 o'clock.
I think it's on HBO if you just get the app.
I don't have the app. So,
Yeah, I've never seen Godfather. I know that's like a classic movie, but
yeah, it is.
or so they say.
I'm excited about it.
So my only thing now going back is the first one I think was in 1972 or something like that.
It's old.
Does it hold up?
It's classic.
I know.
I've seen parts of it.
I don't know if I've seen any of
I've
it.
seen a lot, maybe half of Godfather 1 and none of the others. But it's the 50th anniversary of, I think, Godfather 2.
Okay.
And so I don't know how much time there was between 1 and 2. I really don't.
Well, if the first one came out in 72, and this one is 50 years, so it'd be 74, so it'd be 2 years. And then the third one, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm pumped. I hope I can record it so I don't have to sit there for 4 hours. You know, I can
And when
watch
it's on
it.
TV, you're going to have tons of commercials in between. And
Yeah,
so you can fast forward those.
I can fast forward those. So that's on that AMC channel too. So I don't know if I'll get all the correct verbiage or not, because I'm sure
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm sure there's some expletives.
You think they throw an F-bomb in there somewhere?
In 72, I bet they didn't. I don't know. I don't know.
I think they did.
We shall see.
Don wants to know what you're watching on AMC.
Dawn does?
Yeah.
I was watching that Castaways. That was on that last night. And then The Godfather's on it today, starting at 4 o'clock.
You're on it.
It's like
You had full report tomorrow.
4 to 8 and 8 to midnight
Ugh.
for 2 of them. They're really long.
Yeah.
I'm
Past my
pumped.
bedtime.
I know. I'm not. That's it. I'm not going to be able to watch the second one.
Right. Right.
So I got to be able. I have to find a way to tape it, or get the HBO app, or come over to your house because you
Yep.
probably have it.
You can come over.
All right. So we had election yesterday.
Yeah, I suppose we had to talk about that, huh?
Well,
It's kind of a thing.
it's. I'm sure there's a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Well, here's the thing. I suspect half the country's feeling good about the presumptive nominee, the presumptive president, because I don't know that it's 100% called yet. Has it been? And conceded?
It has not been conceded.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be conceded.
I think they have called it, but I don't think it's been conceded.
Yeah. So let's just say that Trump has been elected president again, which is the first time that's been done since Grover Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah,
That
he
is
was
split?
elected and then lost and then came back and was reelected.
Well, there you go. Did not know that.
yeah.
Fun fact for today.
Little fun fact. Been there, done that, Donald. Grover did it. long
Grover
ago.
did it first.
Jeez, so old. So about half the country is happy that he won, and the other half is unhappy.
Yep.
And devastated. I think you were telling a story about somebody you saw, Nikki G, that was just saddened that they shouldn't call it yet because not all the votes are counted. But there comes a point in time that
Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Alaska have not been declared yet. So there's
Michigan hasn't.
no.
I thought that was squarely in Kamala's. Kamala.
No. Trump leads in all 4 of those states.
Really?
So, but they have not been called yet.
Okay. Very close.
Yep.
The one thing that I did, I will say, I felt like this was a stunt by the Des Moines Register, and I don't want to get too harsh, but a couple of days before the election, they release a poll that goes national that says
And
Harris
all the national talking heads were talking about it too.
Harris wins by 3, and that was not at all the case. Somebody asked me about that, and I said, I don't believe that in a heartbeat. I think he carried Iowa by 12?
14.
14?
Trump carried Iowa 56% to 42% and won the popular vote by 233,000 votes as of 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And Harris won Johnson, Lynn, Blackhawk, and Polk with Story, which is Ames, still not called, and Trump won everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't understand, and the Register can, they can stand on this platform and say, well, it was a poll. I didn't make this stuff up.
Well, the author of that poll, or whoever this Seltzer person,
did they interview 10 people?
Well, 880, I think. Mm-hmm. But she has already come out and said, well, we're going to take a look at that and see what happened. Because she said we were way wrong, and she's trying to figure out what happened.
Somebody from the Register should have said, well, wait a minute, Lucy, or whatever her name was, or whoever was doing this.
Yes.
Hang on. We better look at this a little closer before we flap our jaws about this.
Well, a Harris 3% win to a Trump 14% win is a pretty big substantial difference.
And it just didn't feel right when they said that. It didn't bother me. Not going to change. I voted a week or so ago, so it didn't bother me at all.
Right.
But I don't know. I just don't like that stuff. I just feel like the intentions were not correct.
Yep. Yeah.
And I know you're in the business, and maybe they do something for us.
I will say this. So, and I'm not defending Des Moines Register. They have their own things, right? But is a Des Moines Register Mediacom poll, so it's a joint between the two. Des Moines Register kind of got all the credit for it. They contract that out to this other person. Now they run the results. So the Des Moines Register is not conducting the poll.
Okay, well that's good to know.
It's this Seltzer, and I don't know who this Seltzer person is. I don't know if she has a consulting business or what this person does.
She might not even be in Iowa.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But they contract with her, and then the results and she has done it. This Seltzer person has done it, and I say she. I'm sure she has a whole team, right? Mm-hmm. But she has done it for a number of years. She's been relatively accurate, and the Des Moines Register runs the stuff. The Register commissions her to do it.
Okay,
but it's
so they've got history.
Yeah, and so I'm not defending the Register. They do what they do.
It's good to know the whole story,
right? So they contract that out. It's not the Register conducting the poll.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
They print it and own it, but
the way I read it, the way I felt about it, this was a Register poll.
Yeah,
they did.
Well, they commissioned it.
Okay. Well, the other thing I thought was really interesting was, and I watched very little last night because it didn't.
I didn't think it was going to get over last night, so I went to bed thinking, we're still got a couple days of this left anyway.
And I went to bed at a good time,
right?
And got up at 4:30 to read some emails, but. One thing I thought, I did watch probably 20 minutes of network news. It was amazing to me when the news was able to break down how people were voting, how different classes were voting, Hispanic and blacks and women under 20.
At a county level.
How do they get that information? I need to know that.
That is crazy.
That makes me question. All right, I want to give my ID to prove who I am, but they run it through, they take it and run it through something.
Yeah.
What the frick is that?
Yeah, what information?
Because there's no name on that ballot.
Nope.
And there's absolutely no way they could know how I voted. Well, they shouldn't.
That's a fantastic point. So they can gather a lot of information from your driver's license, but they don't know what you voted.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
So they don't leave, does that information get somehow tied to that ballot? I don't know.
It can't possibly.
I don't know how they can report on the statistics they were reporting.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't.
I don't think anybody should know that.
No, absolutely not.
I guarantee the candidates want to know so they know.
Yes.
Who to pander to, right?
Yep, exactly. Well, as I was talking about that, I was flipping different channels. So I tried to get broad perspective.
Yeah.
And of course, it's so funny. Every channel's different and different, and it's the same freaking thing happening, but different perspectives, right? So
And different timing. It seemed like everybody
Yes.
relied on AP to call stuff before they did. But go ahead.
So anyway, but one of the guys was pointing at a map and he goes, let's break it down to a county level. And he's like, and this is Waxahachie County. It's like, man, these guys, how do they know that? And
Earpiece.
yeah, I know.
But how do you point that out?
Exactly. And it's
There's
like
99 counties in Iowa.
well, that's just 9. They're going all over the country.
And all over the
This
county,
guy's in Georgia or wherever. And he's like, this county traditionally votes this way. And it's like, how do you... That's amazing.
The technology.
If there's 99 counties in Iowa, there's I don't know how many is that. There's whatever thousands and thousands of counties.
There's a county there's a state that has 100. I don't even remember who it was because I saw it, but 100 counties. It's odd that's a large number of counties. There's other states where there's only like 14 counties.
Right.
The counties are much larger.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm uneasy with all the data
Yeah.
that they purport to know.
Here's a little more data.
Okay,
More local. Highland Bond got approved.
that's good.
$15 million referendum to
I think they're going to add on to the
fund an additional renovations to the middle
Another
and high
gym.
school building and elementary school.
Yeah.
And Fairfield Bond failed. That was for a new middle school. Miller Meeks and Christina Bohannon have not been called yet.
That was close.
It has not been called yet. However, Washington County is the holdup. They're the only county not reporting.
Really?
Yeah, although Miller Meeks won Washington County by like 60% last time.
Wow.
And she's ahead, so that looks like she's going to get it.
That was one that I was watching. She had a pretty decent lead, and in 5 minutes, the lead evaporated. I think Johnson County.
Johnson and Scott County are in this district, so both those were pretty heavy the other way. Lots
Why
of population.
Washington's so slow on that?
I don't know.
Come on, Dan.
They're only 50%. Only 50% of Washington County is reporting.
All right.
So anyway,
Probably White Phillips ballot.
Trump carried again with only 50% of the vote. Trump carried Washington County by 66% with 66%, Henry County 67%, and Jefferson County by 52%. So there you go.
All good stuff. You didn't get into the gory details of how women under 20 voted.
Because I do not
don't
have that information. I am not privy to that information.
What kind of newsman are you?
Well, not to that level. I don't have a team that's just doing that.
Well, can you tell me how any other county? How did Keokuk County break down?
I can, but I didn't write it down.
Okay.
I can.
Very good. Very good. All right, we better take a break, Nikki G.
Let's go for
We'll
it.
be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Celebrate the season at the Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights. With over 180 dazzling light displays, it's the perfect holiday tradition for families, friends, and loved ones. Experience the magic from the comfort of your car, and on select nights, bring the kids to meet Santa himself. Don't miss this enchanting event that brings holiday spirit to life. For directions, dates, times, and ticket info, head to oldthreshers.com. The Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights, where holiday magic comes to life.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Wednesday's edition election coverage. We're done with that. Are we done with that?
I'm done with that.
Let's be done with it. We're going to get enough in the next few days anyway. So.
Yeah. The only other thing I'd have to say is I'm just glad it seems to be over.
Thank goodness
it's
over.
It's not going to get drug out.
Yeah.
No more commercials.
No more commercials. No more texts.
We get, a few months off, and then the next election cycle will start. Because the Senate, there'll be Senate races, and
governors coming up.
We're going to be talking about how god dang bad we are.
Yeah.
Just got an email from a very somebody we should know. John is with us in spirit today. Let's just put it like that. He probably really has no thoughts on this whatsoever. We all know and love John. He probably would just be sitting there with kind of a dull look on his face. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Not known for his strong takes on.
Yeah, he's very to himself. He's out of character when he sits here. He talks,
We love you, John.
We love you. We're not making fun, John. This is all good. It would have been interesting if he was here.
It would have been a different show, I think.
Might have been. Well, so I want to get off of politics. Enough's enough.
Enough's enough.
And I know this. The sun's going to come up tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Yeah. Might be cloud covered, but it's going to come up.
Let's just, we're just going to move on because that's all we've got.
That's all we got.
There's got to be, there's positive in anything. So let's find it and live with it. American traditions that are on the dangered list.
Yeah.
I've not read through this yet.
So I will clarify that this is another one of those not official lists. This are just people randomly commenting and saying these things are going to go away. Some of them I don't agree with. But anyway, these are just random people that said, I think this tradition is going to fade out.
I do not like some of these.
No, I don't either. I agree. But that makes it fun conversation.
Yeah. Bobbing for apples. Does anybody still do that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't done that since I was a kid.
I remember being a kid doing it, and I was lucky enough to get paired up with the gal I liked.
Right.
And so I enjoyed bobbing for
exactly.
apples. And then never did it again.
In our post-COVID world, I think that's probably not sanitary.
Well, COVID schmovid.
In this world, COVID or not, I'm not sure that's sanitary practice.
It probably isn't, but you know what?
That's how you develop antibodies.
That's exactly right. Christmas cards. I used to be good at Christmas cards. I am no longer.
I know. We don't get very many anymore. I think they're going away. Class reunions. I don't think I agree with this. I think class reunions, although maybe not like as often. I mean, it might be every 10 years, which it should be anyway. As you get older, that's kind of what it turns into anyway. As you get really older, then it goes to
every year.
And then it goes every year because you just don't know who's going to show up.
Like they're talking about doing mine more often, and Paula's really involved in that. So
Black Friday.
That's not going away. They have Black Friday stuff in the middle of the year now.
Well, that's just it. The day after Thanksgiving being the hot day, I can kind of see that, I guess.
Miss America pageant?
Yeah. I don't know.
It could go away, but I don't like it.
Daylight savings.
We already know how I feel about this one.
Right.
Let it go.
Private fireworks. I'm not seeing that. I'm thinking they're here to stay.
Don't take away my fireworks.
Yeah. Gender reveal parties.
How did that even ever get started?
I don't know, but I think that's a fad.
That needs
I think,
to go.
I think it is. I think
needs
it's
to go.
kind of, it came and I think it's going. In-person voting on election day. Now that's interesting because,
Yeah, so we have two different stories, right, that we talked about this morning.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I voted in 15 minutes. I mean, I was in
were
and
in and
out
out.
in 15 minutes.
Nikki G, you were too.
About the same.
Yeah.
But there was a polling place in Riverside that it took 2 hours.
Right.
He texted me when I got done. He says 1 hour, 21 minutes. It was after they already called Iowa.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I could kind of see that, I guess, but
I want in-person voting day
well, so
on election day.
On election
to stay.
day.
I want it to stay.
Yeah.
But I'm also not opposed to this 10 days or whatever it starts, the early voting. I'm not opposed to that.
Yep.
I spent more time in line 10 days ago than it took you to vote yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and I think that helped. But also, I went at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I didn't go after work or lunch break or anything. But so I picked my time. But
That's the stuff that I'm interested in. Let's pick up the trends there.
when people,
What's the mail-in? What's the early voting in person? And what's the attend
I'm sure
voting
that
day only?
I'm sure that data's out there somewhere.
Surely Dan has that info. And I only speak to my county because I only know our auditor.
Right. Traditional school weeks, meaning Monday through Friday, September through May. A lot of places, including, a lot of places around here, going to 4-day week.
Highlands there.
Yep.
My
4-day week.
grandkids love it.
Do they? Mm-hmm. And I told you, my sister in Indianola, they do year-round school. They go, 6 weeks and take 2 weeks off, but they do it all year.
I'm okay with that. I think as a parent, that would be hard.
I think so too. I think the 4-day week would be challenging
It very well could be.
for young children with daycare.
Yeah, I don't. I think my oldest that are in school, they're old enough to be on their own for a half a day or something. So
Right.
I guess it's not been a big deal. My daughter hasn't said anything about
Yeah.
being a problem yet.
And the last one on the list is Easter, which
We're not getting rid of Easter.
know.
I don't care what you say,
Yeah, I don't-
whoever you answered that.
I don't think Easter's going anywhere.
It's the reason Jesus was risen.
Jesus.
I don't want to go there either. I don't want to go too far into politics or religion.
Doesn't serve anything well.
We're just not going to do it. 7:41. Where did this day go?
It went away.
Nikki G,
Take us
you gonna
away.
press some buttons. Take me away, Nikki G. Here we go. Take me away.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, Morty Brothers, welcome
Ahoy.
back. Boy, we're just lively this morning.
We're all
on this
over.
Wednesday. We're talking about Dublin School.
Yeah, Dublin Store.
It
might have
the
been a
general
school.
store.
The general store.
I don't know. We need Mike Zaws to tell us what it was, but
Yeah.
it was a general store for sure. I want to keep it. Matt said, why?
There's a lot of stuff at the Conger House from there.
It is
down in the basement.
in its current state. It's bad. If
I know.
somebody were going to come in and put some money into, okay,
Let's go fund me.
go
Straighten up the Dublin store.
I kind of think all roads have been tried.
No, there's always one more.
Always one more.
Let's get set for the day, Matt.
All right, time 7:44 a.m. It is the 6th day of November. Temperature right now in Fairfield 43, Mount Pleasant 44, and Washington 43.
By the way, ahoy, Jimmy.
Cloudy early and partial clearing later today with a high of 53 and a low of 36.
I like blowing up shit, Denise.
Things to do in the Fairfield area. Master Mime. Pay attention to this, Tim. Master Mime. Janet Carafa and storyteller Captain Mark Jeffers come to you from Hawaii on their mainland tour tomorrow.
What? They just happen to be coming through Iowa?
I guess coming through Fairfield.
I'll be darned.
At the Cafe Paradiso starting at 7:30. But prior to that, at 4 p.m., they'll be installing a 40-foot inflatable trout classroom on the square. So there you go.
Ahoy, Martha.
Mount Pleasant area, the Cornerstone Food Bank outreach will be in Mount Pleasant Welcome Center from 8 to 5 tomorrow. Admission is free and no appointment necessary. In Washington, the Washington Chamber of Commerce is hosting a Lights on the Square fundraiser at your Washington Hy-Vee on Thursday. Hy-Vee will serve steak from 11 to 1 and 4 to 7, with a portion of the sales going to Washington Chamber for Holiday Lights on the Square project. This day in history in 1869, Rutgers beat Princeton.
Oh, I remember.
Do you?
Yeah, it was like 6-4.
The score was 6-4.
Was it really?
Good memory.
It was on ESPN.
It's probably on ESPN Plus, and you don't have that app, so I know you didn't do that. Is the first college football game. The game is played with a soccer ball before roughly 100 fans in New Jersey, and it resembled rugby more than it did football.
Rugby's badass sport.
It is.
You know what else happened on this day in history?
I have no idea.
It's
Grover Cleveland won his second election.
No, I don't know. I don't know when that happened. I just know it happened.
All right.
It also involves a ball. Dr. James Naismith was born this day in 1861.
Inventor of basketball.
And he's decided, this football thing is no good. I'm going to create basketball.
We're going to throw a ball into a
peach ball.
We're going to throw it into a peach basket.
Yep. Okay.
So
that's all I have, folks.
It's all right.
Besides saying hello to everybody up there, there was a lot of stuff going on.
I know there was a lot. We were kind of involved, and there's a lot of stuff happening. So
Ran out of time.
I know. Here's what I've figured out. There are 3 things in this world that are guaranteed to tell the truth. Small children.
Love that.
Drunk people.
Yep.
And yoga pants.
Oh, boy. I don't wear yoga pants.
I don't either. I don't need those truths being told.
Yeah, at least you know what I'm about to say. I'll just, boy. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But I also want to follow that up with just keep working. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on election coverage and Dublin store coverage, whatever else we talked about. What are the 3 things we learned today?
Yeah,
I don't even know what we talked about.
We covered a lot.
We did. We were there.
The Godfather's on tonight from 4 to 8 and 8 to 12.
I think Dawn's going to watch it. She's going to tape it.
Grover, Dawn says Grover was the 20th and 22nd president.
There we go. Thank you, Dawn.
There you go.
And we're on like 46 or 7 now?
47.
I knew you knew that, Nikki G. All right. Thanks everybody for joining. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have the glorious Greta.
Yep.
And we'll talk about something other than what we did today. We'll see you then.